Hello, my name is Brooklyn Randall, and I am a Bachelor of Social Work candidate at McMaster University. And this video is just for me to briefly talk about myself and what got me into social work, as well as just describing 3 areas of practice that I would be interested in, and then elaborating on 2 skills that I would like to work on during my first placement, and just talking about why they're important. So just to begin, a little bit about myself. I kind of came to this decision to start my career based on very early age. I had a therapist and I struggled with some mental health issues, and very early on I realized from that experience that I wanted to get involved and help somehow. Um, I didn't specifically know exactly what I wanted to do very young, but I quickly realized that I wanted to be a psychologist originally. And I started off my post-secondary education in psychology, and I went down that pathway for a little bit until I realized that I didn't want to be so medicalized in the sense of going and diagnosing and working in that pathway. I wanted to work more with the individual, systematically addressing issues and providing supports in that sense. So it was less on them and more about other systematic issues that they might be facing and helping them that way. So I ended up in social work at McMaster, and that is where I am today. So I will be starting my placement in the summer, and 3 areas of practice that I would like to try out is working with kids, working with women, and harm reductions and addictions. So firstly, working with kids, I'm interested in that because I believe that childhood is a very crucial time in somebody's life, and it can impact the child for the rest of their life. So using social work, I could impact the child to make a lifelong difference in their life. And not every child has that opportunity, so I would love to step in and make a difference with any children that I can. And then regarding working with women, I am a woman, I identify as a woman, and I understand and have been through some of the oppressions that women face in society. And I could use that experience and lived experience to work with women who may feel comfortable having someone with that identity as them. And make difference through their life, through my lived experiences and their lived experiences. And then regarding harm reductions and addictions, I understand that there's a lot of misinformation regarding addiction, and I would love to work with somebody while staying judgment-free to those who need it most, because I'm aware that harm reduction is a newer way of addressing addiction, and I would love to help as much as I can. So then upon that, there's 2 skills that I would like to work on during my placement, and that is learning how to manage my bias when practicing social work, and learning how to assess and de-escalate conflict in the practice of social work. So touching upon my biases and managing those, I realize that they're present no matter what, but I think that it's important to learn how to be aware of them and make the unconscious practice of a bias more conscious as much as possible when working with others and making decisions, because those decisions impact somebody's life directly. So being aware of those biases and trying to set them aside as much as possible, I would love to touch upon that skill. And then learning how to assess and de-escalate conflict in the practice of social work. I think it's important because dealing with individuals in crisis or even just a high-risk population, conflict may happen, and that's part of the practice of social work. And it's important to understand how to address that when conflict may arise and de-escalate it so that nobody gets hurt, because the idea of social work is to maintain the safe space for everybody, and that is what social work is supposed to be. So I think that it's a crucial skill to assess and de-escalate conflict. So yeah, that's a little bit about me. Thank you for taking the time to listen and hear about my story and the 3 areas that I would like to be interested in practicing and the skills that I would like to learn for my placement. Thank you.